Welcome back to phase 2 of the 50 Blast challenge. Been having a lot of fun on this particular phase. You'll see a lot more, as you've seen posted, we're having a lot more fun with extracurricular activities, whether it's the wall climbing, doing our calorie challenges, all that kind of stuff. So you're not seeing as many day-to-day videos as, working a body part. That can get boring. I get it. Trying to keep you guys entertained while including as much of the lifestyle portion of being healthy as possible. So we're going to continue with the, I'm going to film 2 or 3 days worth of workouts and then put it into one video and do a little bit of explanation in between, as opposed to trying to do it on the gym floor where the audio is coming back really terrible because I have to talk over the, the ambient music, which is a little difficult sometimes. So what I'm going to do here, I need you, again, feedback if you like this type of audio being done after I work out. I'll come back and I'll edit it together and I'll explain what I did in each video. This will be a little more, I don't know what you call it. We're testing this one. So what you're going to see in this video is I hit chest first, different days. I'm just combining them all. Then a tricep day and a bicep day. And I think it went bicep, then tricep. Either way, so you're going to see all of that and maybe a few meals and stuff like that that I've enjoyed along the way. I am going to do another what I eat in a day, so you can see how it's changed over the last couple weeks. I'm now into week 4. Sorry. Week 4 of 7 just started. And so you do have to look at yourself, view yourself in the mirror, see if you're going in the right directions. If you remember, the whole focus of phase 2 was to shred up while still bringing up lagging body parts. So you have to, I like to take pictures along the way so I can compare them, not day to day, but week to week. All right, how are my arms looking on week 1, day 1, week 2, day 1? Okay, I'm seeing progression. Okay, I'm leaning up. I'm going the way I need to. And if you're not seeing results, you're going to have to figure out what's deficient. And usually it's not actually your training. It's going to be the diet behind it. If you're not growing, you're probably not eating enough. If you're not losing weight, you could actually also not be eating enough. And people do not understand that. We'll go into the science behind eating in volume to lose weight in a different episode. Today, we're just going to get into the workouts and then a few little meals I'll toss in. But I've been very happy with the results so far. And if you've been following along with the videos, I am doing both leaning up while bringing up body parts. I'm feeling incredible workouts in the gym, even though I have a nice tight nutrition plan. Like I said, I don't like the word diet. I'm still finding I have energy in the gym. My lifts are getting better. I'm getting incredible pumps. So all in all, great workouts, but I'll leave all that talk out of it. Let's get into the first body part that I'm training in this video, and that is chest. So I did an adequate warm-up. I'm not going to show you guys warm-ups anymore. This is all dependent on you. Make sure the blood's flowing, the muscle's good and warm, your joints are good and warm, especially if you're going to lift heavy. Like, if it's a leg day, chest day, shoulder day, just do 2, 3, 4 warm-up sets. Just do them, all right? So I'm not going to show you the warm-up. I believe this first exercise is with 65-pound dumbbells, so nothing way out there, but it's my first working set. Let's get into it. It's dumbbells on an incline bench. 65 went super smooth, no problems there. I did a lot of reps just because I wanted to make sure that I was loading up my rotators properly, my arms were feeling okay, the muscles were all warmed up, everything was going well before I started increasing the weight. Next set, just bumped it up to 90 or 95. I think it was 95 pounds, and rep those out. So here that is. Felt really good on that set. One of the things that I like to do is I always like to stare at the rack when I get to a new gym. And a few months ago, when I got to Anytime, I noticed that the dumbbells went up to 110. Now, back in my youth, that would have disappointed me, but I'm not in my youth anymore. So I thought, one day I want to get back up on there. My favorite chest exercise is an incline dumbbell press, which is why I always, it works well for me because I build an upper body mass quite well, and it's my favorite exercise. So I thought one day I'm going to get back to the point where I can rep those 110-pound dumbbells and feel good about it and not get injured or anything like that. So this is about 3.5 months back at the gym after several years off, and I figured, you know what? Today's the day that I'm going to try the 110-pound dumbbells. And this is what happened. Well, I don't know if you want to call that success or failure. I believe I only got like 5.5 reps, which is only 5 reps, let's be completely honest. Should have had a spot to help me get number 6, and I would have got a much better workout. But I figured, you know what? I couldn't get that for that 6. And what have I told you guys? When we're training like this, we're trying to figure out where our body, and I gave you that range, 6 to 12 reps for failure. Absolute failure. I didn't get the 6, so in my books, I'm not using the 110s until I can get them for half dozen. So what I had actually done is gone back down to 90s and rep them out for 8 or 9 in successive sets until I hit my 50 reps. So that rounded out my chest routine. I'm not going to show you all the different sets that I did. It's not very exciting. It's going to look exactly the same. But that was the one exercise that I did for chest that day. That's it. Like I said, we're sticking to the program. So the very next thing, the next day we trained biceps. And biceps, I need help with. Like, they are coming up, but as you can see, in proportion to just the mass on my upper body, they're not there. In my eyes, they're not there yet. So that's kind of what I've been working on. I want to bring up, my triceps are actually quite full, but I still want to bring them up as well to get that really nice full arm shape. But biceps and triceps, something I'm definitely working on along with my hamstrings to get a nice balance to the body. So went over to the cable machine and straight barred it. I know, it's a super simple exercise. Each week we want to hit with a different exercise for those body parts, so we're not doubling up the same exercise. We're going to hit them from completely different angles. Went over to the cable machine, did some warm-ups. The nice thing about biceps is they're usually warm no matter what you do. So as long as you don't overload them in the first set, it doesn't take more than 2 warm-up sets. So I put the pin in at an area where I thought that would be a really good first working set, and here's what it looked like. really basic, just using the T-bar or any straight bar, doing your curls. The whole point is try and keep your elbows tucked to the body and don't move your elbows too much. Don't pivot them on your rotator. I know you see a lot of people, they do this when the moment your elbows move, where do you think it's hinging? Up here. So it's a great shoulder workout if you want to get the front here, but very few people get anything out of the contraction of the bicep up here. If you tuck your arm and do this, like you can just see, this terrible lighting in here, but you can already see how intense that peak is right there. So this is only working here now. I don't care what anybody says, there's no point doing that. So you keep your elbows to your body, don't swing, and try and keep your elbows as stationary as possible. Now on the last few reps, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of swinging so you can bring the weight up as long as you're controlling it on the way down. A negative is actually a better workout than just the contraction on the way up. So I'm not going to show you a bunch of these sets. I'll hit it from another angle here to show you a second set, but I actually found the weight that I was using was perfect for that 9 to 12 failure rate. So I stuck with that and my arms just swole. As you can see from that little clip at the end, that was absolutely a killer workout. I don't remember how many sets I did in total. It was probably 6 sets of that exercise, but I was just completely swole. My biceps, when you can't put your pants on because you can't, anyone who's done one of those workouts where the pump is so heavy you can't even really bring your arm up anymore. It was a great workout. So once again, proving the point that you only need to do one exercise per day, per body part. It's crazy. A lot of people don't believe me. I still get a bunch of comments saying that this isn't proper training, but I guess we'll see what comes out of this at the end of these 7 weeks. Maybe I'll be wrong, but as you can see, the lighting isn't even that great, but I'm sure you can notice I'm looking a little different after just a few weeks. So hey, it is what it is. All right, so next we get into triceps. That's right. These are something I never liked when I was younger. I hated working triceps because it was like, what's the whole point? It's all about the biceps. Triceps are a more critical part of your body. Triceps are actually quite a bit larger than the biceps when you talk about potential to be large. We notice the bicep because it's the peak, but arm mass will actually come from the tricep. And guys like Rolly Winkler, Kevin Levrone back in the day, when you add the component of the tricep to the arm, it just blows your mind when you see how big an arm can be. And I'm not going for that, but I do need to bring my arms up. So I've been focusing on making sure my tricep workouts are absolutely insane. So what I did, and this is the only one you're going to see me doing something different for warm-up than I do for my working set, because your elbows are incredibly important. And your triceps and your elbows are almost always cold per definition. Like your biceps, you're almost always moving your arms. Your biceps actually stay fairly warm during the day. Your triceps, when are you extending away from yourself? You know what I mean? And because the pivot point for using tricep with tension is, or load, is your elbow. Protect your elbows, guys. This is a long-winded explanation of why I always start triceps with a warm-up using rope. Whether it's pull down, pull away, overhead, whatever you're going to do. The beauty of using a rope is it does not restrict or confine you to doing a single motion. It doesn't lock your wrists in. It doesn't put unnecessary force. Your body can just flow with the rope because it can move in all different directions. I find it very important. So what I actually did was I used the rope to warm up, and then I went back to a T-bar for push downs. But the push downs where you're over top of it using your own body weight, but you got to keep yourself stable and really you grab close grip, not wide. You grab close grip right by the cable and you push down with all your might. If you're doing it right, this is an incredible exercise. There's a lot of people that swing and use their body weight to push down. Those people are wasting their time and using their chest. But if you lock your body right, it's great. So let's get into the rope warm up. Maybe I should have added this before you watching that warm up. Maybe go back and watch it again. Notice my elbow position. My elbows aren't way out in front of my body. I know a lot of people like doing that because from here you can swing down, add some extra body weight to move more weight down so you think you're lifting heavier. There's no point, especially during a warm up, because you're just going to blow your elbows out. They're going to start clicking and all that bad stuff. Bring your elbows behind the midpoint of your body, and that'll be your starting point, and do like that. But keep your elbows behind you. What an incredible workout. Anyone that I've had try that I've worked out with, is just, they can't believe how much their arms swell up, even just during warm up. So try that. All right, so what we're going to get into now that we're warmed up is going straight to the T-bar row or any straight bar. And what we want is we want to push down, but we want to get, because we're only doing one exercise and we're trying to get as much weight while doing it properly, because we really want to focus on building those lagging parts. For me, obviously my arms. So what I want to do is I want to be able to load up the weight the most that I can do while doing the exercise properly. So you're going to want to get over the weight as opposed to doing this. I want to be over top of it and pushing down. Now, normally you'd want your hands really close together, but because this is going to be the first working set of this exercise, yes, I've already warmed up, but this is me now changing to a solid bar, so there's less give in for all your joints because you're kind of in a fixed position with the bar. I'm going to go wide on the very first working set. After that, I'm going to bring it in nice and close for like that close grip bench press type activity. So this one, you'll notice I'm out here and I've got a pretty decent amount of the stack on there because I felt I would be comfortable there. Let's get into that exercise and then we'll start lifting up the weight. So if you notice there, I was out all the way at the end of the handles, which was probably, I don't know, about a foot apart, or foot total, maybe, I don't know. Either way, but you'll notice on this next exercise and for all the rest, next set, and for all the rest of the sets of this exercise, I went right in as far as I could to get my hands close. So it really focused on the triceps, and I cranked the weight as high as I can. I believe in this one that I'm going to show you here, this set, I did the whole rack. Hey, got to get stronger, got to build muscle. This is just how we're going to do it. So here it is. I believe I did 5 total sets on the T-bar, 4 of which were really close. And I noticed as I was walking back to the camera to shut it off in between sets, I don't know if it was the lighting, I don't know if it's because I was feeling like Superman, moving the whole weight stack. Sorry, just for guys, it's a lot of ego, let's be honest. Whatever it was, when I was walking back to the camera, I noticed that I was just popping everywhere. I was just loved it. So I just did this little short clip here because I was enjoying the way I was looking, and decided to check on how my abs are coming along, if they're leaning up, but I'm not really sure yet. You can look at it, let me know what you think. So yeah, they were looking not too bad, like still front to back. I'm still too wide. I want to bring it all in. I'm still carrying a little bit of midsection fat. Like I'm happy with how the rest of me is leaned up. This isn't the best lighting, but I'm very happy when I wake up in the morning. Everything's nice and tight and toned, and I'm probably floating around that 11-12% body fat right now. And all over. Whoa, I'm tired. Inevitably, I'm going to crack 10%. I know that. I don't know how low I'll be able to get during this challenge, but I would love to hit about 7.5-8% at the end of this 50Blast phase 2. That would be the leanest I've ever been. So the rest of me is leaning up quite well. Like my legs are already so defined that I'm just excited for the rest of it to catch up. I hold visceral fat very well, we'll call it. I'm always very soft around the midsection. It's just the way that I'm built. It is what it is. I understand that I have to really tighten up my diet for that portion of me to look better. And I'm willing to do that because I've got a goal that I've put in place, and I gave myself an adequate timeline to do it. So appreciate you guys watching this episode. It is dragging on a little longer. I'll cut it here. But I'm just having a really great time. Like I said, you watch the other videos, we're going out, we're having fun eating, having fun preparing meals, doing things like wall climbing. Enjoy life. I just really want people to be able to enjoy their lives. And that usually comes from a better quality of life. And that can be from anything. Eating better, going for a walk, including your friends when you do stuff, just to, No, we're going to end it here. This isn't going to go into some motivational speech. Nope, we're done. Thanks for watching these 3 workouts in this episode. So I'm Chris for phase 2 of the 50Blast challenge, Fit into Lifestyle. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Ciao.